everyone. My name is Josie. Forgive me for the lighting here. I'm trying. I am so trying. Anyway, let me see here. Let me try to adjust. Maybe. How helpful is this? I think I'm good here. Yes. Hi, my name is Josie. Welcome to Eccentric. Um, yeah, so this is an energy check in for December 15th, 2020. I don't know what day it is. um, okay, so I guess I'll start with the ascension symptoms from all of the beautiful planetary conversations that are going on. I've been having migraines, either a lot of energy or really sleepy. Um, Anxiety is the new one. Pockets of anxiety that are not attached to anything happening in my life, right? Triggers, old stuff coming up in my dreams just randomly, as thoughts, like old things. So there's a lot of clearing and releasing that's happening right now for a lot of us as well. It's kind of like pack light, pack light. You think you're packing light, and then spirit comes in and is like, nope, you got to get rid of some more stuff, right? So I believe that that's what's happening right now with me. Because I was like, I knew I was missing something. I said, I need my amethyst on to hold me down. So yeah, I've been laying real low, as low as I can possibly lay. I um I got off Facebook for a little while. And I'm still not even really responding on Facebook unless somebody sends me a message to the page or needs to join the eccentric healing Qigong group, right? But I'm not like on there socially like at all. I don't want to see the news feed, nothing. I've just been focusing on me, packing, getting ready for this trip. But man, let me tell you, I feel like a lot of us are definitely more intuitive right now. And what it looks like is you don't even realize that you're more intuitive because you think that you're looking too far into things, or you are paranoid about stuff, right? But you're not. Discernment is key, because a lot of people right now, you're going to have this dynamic where you swear you feel, hear, sense, think something, right? And you got people around you that are all like, nah, you just tripping, or it's just this, or it's just that. No, because you're going to find out that somewhere you'll get your confirmation. Just put it like that. You'll get your confirmation, because what it looks like is that you may feel or sense something, but you don't have the details. And those other people that are around you don't even know, like they can't help you. Okay. And if they're hiding something from you or whatever the case may be, you're you're they're not going to be able to like tell you whether you're right or wrong. How am I saying this? um, so you will get your confirmation, and it won't, okay, it may not be exactly what you thought, but it'll still resonate. It will make sense. There we go. Because if you get an intuition that somebody's lying to you, it's not going to always be a negative thing. Somebody may be lying to you trying to be nice. Somebody may be lying to you because they don't want to hurt your feelings. They may be trying to surprise you. You're going to have a lot of these moments where, you really need to pause before you take action, or you just take your thought and run with it. Observe for a little bit, because things are not as they appear. Okay? They're not as they appear at all. Um, Observation first, heart space first. And we're not telling you to be gullible, okay? Who is we? Look, because we just started channeling. I'm sitting here like, what? Oh, well, that's new. Um, we have got present Native American energy, and I think it's conducive to who's watching me right now. That's very interesting. We've got Native American energy, and y'all know I'm always channeling galactic energy, but we got some Native American energy here too. And you're being told to be like smoke, okay? Be like smoke. Sometimes you got to be seen and not heard, right? But then sometimes you have to show up, right? And it's still not in a very loud way. When you know something, when you know something, it's not necessary to try to convince anybody else of it. You just wait and everything will unfold. Yeah, the path of least resistance. Mm-hmm. Right now, everything has to be kind of easy. Your attitude toward all of these changes and everything that's happening has to be okay, this is happening. I'm going to observe. And if I find any discomfort, I'm going to take care of myself in that process or remove myself from situations when necessary without explaining why. Um, if I don't have the energy, I'm not going to commit to something. Okay. And if I don't have the energy, I'm okay with saying no without explaining why. Okay. Because there's a lot of hooks that will try to hook you in because of um, relativity. Oh, well, because you're my son, my daughter, blah, 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 I expect you to do what I say or be there for me, blah, blah, whatever. These loyalties, loyal to oneself first, always. Because if you don't have it to give, you will mess stuff up and then you will go down for it. You'll piss a lot of people off. They'll be mad at you because you agreed to something knowing you didn't have the energy. We're having these this particular lesson, I seem to talk about it a lot. It's so funny. If you don't have it, don't try to give it and don't try to go hunt it down. Sometimes if someone comes to you for help and you're not able to help them, that is on purpose. Sometimes you will have a total lack of spirit in your life, okay? You won't be able to connect. Where is everybody? Where did my spirit guides go? What's happening? I'm flapping in the wind. I don't have anything to hold on to. That's on purpose. There's a purpose for it, okay? There's a reason why you don't have anybody to rely on, lean on, grab at. There's a reason. It's because those are the moments where you are going through some kind of soul growth, some kind of self lesson. You got to bring that from within you and bring it out. And there's a lot of that happening right now. That tiny little light that you have. Some of us got big lights, but they can still get bigger, okay? But some of us have tiny little lights. And we know the light is there, but we would prefer to just use other people's lights. Nope, spirit ain't having it no more. Grow your light so you can see and function. Okay? It's time to stop using other people's lights. Okay? Very important because it's sink or swim now, literally. Some of us are definitely having issues still with the ascension symptom pertaining to your appetite. Sometimes you want to eat, sometimes you don't. And then, like, if you're used to eating large amounts of food at one time, now you take a couple of bites and you're full. Like, that's still going on. All I can tell you is don't be judgmental toward yourself. I ain't even worried about everybody else, because when you lie to yourself, you automatically lie to everybody around you, okay? So get with yourself, right? And it's okay for you to feel one way one moment and one way the next moment. Okay? Don't judge yourself and think you're supposed to be a certain way all the time. That you got to deprogram from that. That's a control mechanism. Okay? You don't have to be the same way all the time. That doesn't add anything to your character or your value. Okay? It just means you're boring. Evolve, okay? Change, embrace the unknown. There's a lot of things that I don't even know right now, okay? Especially about how, but at the same time, I just know that my vision is going to come to fruition, and that's all I need to know. Everything else is going to be handled for me. And that is the way that we're moving into functioning, okay? You got to know, there's a lot of people who feel quite unprotected right now because they're not able to connect like they usually do with their spiritual team or whatever drama they have going on. um, I tell people this all the time: when you feel a change, when you can't get deep into meditation like normal, when you can't feel the presence of your team around you, that's because they're closest to you, okay? They're not somewhere off doing something in the distance. They're closest to you. That's why you can't sense them outside of yourself. And some of you are actually fully embodying a lot of your spiritual aspects, because you got to remember, those angels, those spirit guides, those past loved ones and all this and that are parts of you. So there are points where you don't even realize that you're the embodiment of that particular energy. So you feel this separation when you're actually in oneness, okay? And so, yeah, that's going on. What else is happening in the now? Oh my goodness. Oh, another symptom is that kundalini popping, like seriously, being really, really hot in certain chakras. Okay. I had a friend where her root and her sacral was popping for a little while, and I didn't even understand her. She kept saying, man, my root and my sacral just going off, like it's just hot, it's burning, right? And I understood to a certain extent. Your root and your sacral is hot, and that's it. Heat, hot. So then I had my turn. It started in my chest. My chest was uncomfortable, tight, just weird feeling, right? And then it moved down. My solar plexus was on fire. Okay. And I'm like, oh, I get it now. Certain parts of us are on fire right now. And then sometimes your whole body will feel like you're literally like a personal distillery or something. Like you'll feel like on a cellular level that you're burning things off. Okay. it, it's crazy too, because it's not, oh, I'm hot. No, it's like a cold hot feeling. You literally feel the heat, but you feel the heat leaving you. And then, of course, on the surface, you're cool. So it's radiating from within you outward. Okay. So that's a thing that's happening. And we just got to ride these waves, just go through it. The other day, because I'm so dramatic. I'm dramatic with it, y'all. I was like, it feels like all of my cells, every single cell in my body is trying to give birth to like something. Oh my God, I miss you. I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you today. Hey, love. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're just going through it. And I've been very sensitive to what I see and hear and things like that. So I've been really, forgive me if you've been trying to get a hold of me or wondering why I haven't called you and all this and that. I got a lot going on, a whole lot going on. And I'm actually more sensitive to what I intake not just, food, but like period, to where I'm just really in protection mode, okay? I'm in protection mode because, again, I can't afford to be confused right now. Okay? Um, I do what I can and then I just leave everything else alone. I've been dropping a lot of balls lately, forgetting people and things like that. So that's why I do things in the moment. And I feel like you should do that too. Don't feel guilty if you are having ascension symptoms and you can't function, I mean, seriously? Like, I don't understand how third dimensional life or whatever programming you are on is much more important than your physical health, your mental health, or your spiritual health. Because there are some people out there that are literally, you could be having an ascension symptom that's making you dizzy. Yeah, I know you went to the doctor. I know they couldn't find nothing wrong on tests, right? But you're still having a very real experience. You are impaired. So why would you still get in a car and try to go to work anyway? You can't drive without either hurting yourself or somebody else. And then when you get to work, if you read or if you look at the computer, how are you going to do your work? Sometimes you got to surrender. Seriously, because sometimes I be watching the struggle and I'm like, really? So you really going to do this, huh? You really going to go against the current? It's entertaining sometimes, and sometimes it's very heartbreaking, actually, because a lot of us are watching people fight the current. We're watching it. Y'all got to forgive me about these comments when I'm on the phone doing this. They're tiny and I can't read them. And then they disappear because it's a live. But I did see the word wonderful. So I'm going to hold on to that. Oh, somebody did me a favor and they typed in all caps for me when they do comment so that I could easily read them. But yeah, there is a lot of divine energy. Regardless of all of these ascension symptoms, there's quite a bit of divine energy and it's really potent and thick right now. Okay? And I literally, because I'm telling you, I've been getting them sharp headaches, the ones that hurt, okay? But I was telling my friend the other day, I was like, man, like this is the most uncomfortable feeling. And it's been a while since I felt this way because you literally feel all of this beautiful divine energy. I call it deliciousness because that's what it feels like. But at the same time, you got this sharp, like pain somewhere, or you're having hot flashes at the same time that you feel absolutely amazing. It's a trip. It is a freaking trip, you know? And a lot of people are talking right now about, oh, how do we prepare for all of the different scenarios that we've thought up in our heads about how things are going to go down? Me personally, I believe it's going to be a mixture of everything just because, I mean, that would be exciting. I would like to see a little mixture of everything that everybody thinks is going to happen. But seriously, like the only thing you can do, because there's really no preparation, is surrender and allow. I think the best thing that I can tell you guys is fear has no place where love resides. That's your rule of thumb through all of this, because you're about to see stuff and experience things that will trigger you to firstly like be fearful. This is where the observation comes in. Hey, that looks scary. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go outside and you see a rabid dog that's across the street, you freeze. Well, most people do, right? This dog looks dangerous. However, if you don't stop and observe, you won't realize whether the dog is coming to attack you, whether it's staying where it is. You can't determine whether you're safe or not if your first instinct is fight or flight. You see what I mean? Sometimes scary things are out there, but they're not coming to attack you. They're just there. They're just existing just like you are. And you are able to exist around that. You see what I mean? So take the moment, because again, they're trying to inundate us with fight or flight. They want to freak us out. This is why they're not going to give you information until the last minute. They just want you to react. Okay? But I'm telling you, when you encounter something scary in your dream world, in waking life, okay, take a moment to see if you are actually being threatened or if that scary thing is simply existing and it's just there. Because then you can determine whether you should run or go about your business and not be bothered. Okay? I don't even know how do you say this. Being in your power is not about what you can make somebody do or how your abilities are better than somebody else's. Being in your power is simply not housing so much fear. It's okay to be scared, but continue on your path. Okay? Being afraid and then harboring fear are two different things. Okay? You can be afraid and still cross that bridge. Okay? But when you harbor fear, you're not going to cross that bridge. You're going to turn around and go the other way. You're going to avoid everything. You're not going to have an experience. You're going to continue to reject experiences, but you came here to have experiences. You're in a physical human body in a physical reality. You came here to move around. You are animating this thing that you're inside of. Okay? So, the biggest tool I can tell you is to work on your fear. Okay? And be honest with yourself. In every moment that you can possibly get to be honest with yourself. Self-honesty is so liberating. And honestly, when people tell you to love yourself, they don't even tell you how. Oh, go love yourself. Okay. What does that entail? Where do I start? Being honest with yourself is a good place to start. Because you can tell someone, oh, don't judge yourself, or don't hate yourself. Well, how do you not do that? You got to be honest first and vulnerable. Hey, you got to say the things that you don't like about yourself out loud so you can hear it, right? And then you got to observe that whole moment as if you were somebody else. And then you've got to say, okay, well, do I want this to stay the same or do I want to change this? Do I want to continue to not like the way that my nose looks? Do I want to continue to not like my thighs? People, oh man. Or do I want this to change? Because it's going to start in your mind first. You have to believe that you can like the way that your nose looks. You know what I mean? You have to believe that you can like the way that your body naturally formed over time. You see what I mean? Because if you like it, other people will like it too. So if you're experiencing a whole bunch of rejection, start with you. If you're getting picked on or if people don't like you, it's most likely because you don't like something about you. Because if you did, even if you experienced rejection and things like that, even a little bit, it wouldn't bother you. There's always going to be a little bit, okay? There's always going to be that residue. But what you want to maintain is the majority, okay? So love you, like you, feel you, be popping, okay? Regardless of the residue. And the majority will follow suit, okay? It only takes a little bit A pinch, they say. To spoil a pot or to make it amazing. It tiny, tiny bit, okay? You are that little bit that can create a grand experience. You are that little bit that is powerful enough to change the world or ruin it. Okay? We all have that potential, and we've seen that potential in others, to where one person had the potential to do great things for the collective, and one person had the potential to just jack everything up for everybody. Okay. So I'm guessing this is the energy that we're dealing with. These are the messages that are coming through in the now. Don't be fearless. Just have less fear. I think that's easier than be fearless. Be this, do that. Nah, we're not we're not dealing with that anymore. We are the I am. I am that I am, and whatever I am in each moment is just what it is. Okay? Embrace that. Don't worry about somebody who needs you to be a certain way every single time they encounter you. That's their issue, not yours. I think that's about it for now. But yeah, this is your energy update that I did not plan on doing. And thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, loves. And yeah, we're working through this. I'm about to do some more stretching. Mind body connection. I will talk to you soon. Have a good day, loves.